Hello, how's it going? We're George and Nashima Tab, and today we're going to be doing our very first coaching video for couples. And we're with Life Without Limits Coaching and Counseling. And did you want to say anything, honey?
No, well, I guess welcome to episode number one of Couples Coaching 101 with Georgia and Tab, and we're know this is going live, so we are just waiting for that to continue flowing. I think it is live now, so we're going to
I
keep
think it
going with
is.
that.
Yeah.
So first thing we want to do to get started tonight is we want to give you a disclaimer. And the first disclaimer is this is not therapy.
No.
Although we are licensed clinicians, we are not doing therapy with you
Yeah.
in this forum. This is a coaching channel or coaching episode that we'll be sharing with you tonight. So please note that any comments you make, any questions that you may have, that you make in the comment section, please know that it is public. If you are interested in or have questions that you don't want publicly known, please send an email to lifewithoutlimitscc@gmail.com. Lifewithoutlimitscc@gmail.com. And it's all lower caps, all together.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's jump right into it. And I guess the first thing we wanted to talk about is basically why are we doing this video? Why are we doing a couples coaching video? And I guess one reason is, we get a lot of comments about people saying, wow, you guys have been married for over 25 years. We've been together for more than 28 years. And she was 3 when I met her. And people say, you guys are very inspirational, and we appreciate that. And not only that, but we've coached couples in the past, and we're business owners, entrepreneurs, and so we've coached couples in the past, and we understand that there's a need for it. Both of us have done this professionally. Also, we're both licensed clinical social workers in the state of North Carolina. Me also in the state of South Carolina. The other thing, we want to share strategies that we've learned over the last 25 years. And so there are some, if you will, secrets. We do get that question a lot, right? What are the secrets?
Yeah.
And so we want to use this platform to share with you some of the secrets, if there are a such thing as secrets. And so.
All right. And the other thing I wanted to share with regard to the disclaimer in that this is not counseling, the other thing is that our background is based on a Christian background. We are Christians. We are saved. And we may use some scriptures in some of our counseling coaching that we share with you. But please know that we will not be beating your head over with the Bible. These coaching sessions are designed for any couple. Okay,
Right.
we believe in the sanctity of marriage,
Right.
but this is really designed for any couple.
Yeah.
So wherever you are on your journey in terms of being a couple, we will not be over spiritualizing anything with you. We want this to be a day-to-day, step-by-step procedures and things and techniques that you can use in your life to be successful in your relationship.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said that. I think that's one of the things. That's one of the things that's made us successful. Is we use common sense. Okay, and so somebody once said, I heard somebody say, "Well, common sense ain't too common."
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So the next thing I like to deal with is really what makes us qualified. And most of us that are in relationships, your start in a relationship usually is going to be based upon the models that came before you. So if you were raised by Nana, it would be Nana. If you were raised by your mother and your father, it would be your mother and father. And so that's where you start relationship wise. And so it's not where you end, but it's definitely where you start. And so, what makes us qualified to consider ourselves, if you will, experts? I don't really consider myself an expert. I consider myself a beginner because I'm always learning. I'm always trying to figure out how we can do it better, how we can make it better. I heard somebody say, I'd rather be green and growing than to be brown and rotten. Okay, know everything, right? And so we're definitely not people that know everything. Number one, what makes us, qualified to do something like this coaching video is the fact that we've got 25 years of marriage. Okay, 25 years of marriage. I'm sure there are a lot of probably individuals on the call, honey, that have a lot more years than we have. Right. But 25 years is definitely nothing to sneeze at. Number two is we trial and error. We're not doing this because, we're so perfect and we got it together and, everything's great. No, we have problems just like everybody else. Okay. I think all of us are trying to figure out how we can do it better, how we can support our families financially, emotionally. And today, with everything in the climate that's going on in the world today, that's very challenging and it's very stressful on the families.
Absolutely.
One of the other things that makes us qualified is through the years. My brother said 25 years. Well, how old are you guys? Well, we're 105. No. Appreciate it, Dwayne. We've participated in relationship counseling. I'm a strong believer in, God has put people here for us to help us and empower us. What do you think about that, honey?
Absolutely. I mean, it starts with having a spiritual foundation, but we have free will. God has given us free will, and a lot of times we over spiritualize things and we take that free will like we can't go to a therapist or we can't see a counselor or a coach, that we're crazy if we're doing those things. So we hope that in our journey together that we will release and relieve some of that stigma that's related to that, that says that everything has to be, I guess you have to take it to the Bible in terms of overcoming your problems. And I believe that our problems are can be relieved in the Bible and found in the Bible, but we don't always know how to pull out those day-to-day steps, those very easy things that we tend to need to get through on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing is, we both are licensed clinical social workers to practice independently. And so we both have various years of experience in doing all sorts of counseling and coaching. So what we will share will be things that are our personal relationship, things that we've experienced, things from our perspective. Even though we think we are the experts, we are the experts for experience. So we want you to use the shopping cart approach, the grocery store shopping approach.
Food line in the house.
Which basically means that when you go to the grocery store, even though you may like everything in the store, you don't come home with everything in the store. So things that you don't need, leave it there on the shelf. Things that you need, or you might say, I might try a little bit of this, put it in your basket, write it down, take it home, and hopefully there will be a mix of the two, and it'll be enough of something that you can use that this can be of benefit to you.
That's good, baby. That's good. Yep. And so, again, I think, and I've seen, mostly what I do is, it's private practice and, working, with couples and with individuals, and you see various different situations. And so if you line up 100 couples, there would be 100 different situations. Because when you think about it, we are so unique and we're so unique creatures. But when you put two people together, you make a total different product. Okay. And what I mean by that, it's very unique. So what works for us may not work for you. Okay. And so one of the things I encourage you to do is, one of my mentors always taught me, he said, George, be a student, but be a student follower. And basically what he was saying was take the information. It's okay to judge the information and see if it works for you. If it fits, like Nashima said, hey, use it. If you say, well, that's not really for me, then leave that on the table. Because one thing I've learned is information is time sensitive. And so depending on where you're at this point in your life, what you're going through, what you're experiencing in the past, it's going to make a difference for how applicable this information will be for you. And so, honey, you want to talk about the tablet?
The tablet.
Yeah, tablet.
So the other thing too is this is going to be quick. So I know that this session is really kind of an introductory, just to give you a little bit of our philosophy, and where we're going, but we want to leave you each week with something. So basically, the way this format will work is we'll probably talk on a topic for about 15 minutes, and then we'll have question and answers for up to 10 minutes. So no more than 25 minutes of your time. And please feel free to share this video with other people, and we invite you to tune in. So basically, each week we hope to impart a tablet, being that we are the tabs. We're gonna give you a little pill to take.
And that's not children. That's not tablets are not children.
Not children, no. An actual, in a metaphorically sense, a pill to take, a tablet each week. Right. And this week, the tablet is the pill that we want to swallow is having daily talk time with your spouse. And what daily, or your partner, right. The person that you're dating seriously, that you're looking to marry, that person, that significant person in your life, we want you to have daily talk time. And we're not talking about texting. Texting is fine. That's cute. We always want people who are married to date each other as well, so you keep the relationship fresh. But we want you to spend at least 10 minutes a day where you are talking to each other, where there is uninterrupted time. It may be over coffee. We don't want it to necessarily be over a meal because you're not focused. You're focused on eating and that sort of thing. Right. But usually tea time and coffee time is a good time to have uninterrupted time where you all just sit down and talk, right. And just share.
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
Baby? And so, I call it checking in, because what I realize is we go through so much stuff throughout our day. Your boss calls you into the office. Somebody cuts you off in line and flicks you the bird. You ever seen that? You ever had that happen to you? And so there's so many things that happens throughout your day. A lot of times it's helpful if you've got someone to share that with. And so it's just keeping them up with where you are emotionally and spiritually. Go ahead. Okay.
And also during your daily talk time, that is just time for you and your spouse. No children, no technology, no TV.
No kids.
No kids, no music. Just quiet time where you are sitting there looking at and talking to your spouse. And just do that every day over the next week until we come together again on next Wednesday at the same time. And you'll find that you'll feel closer to your spouse. You may become more in tune to what they're thinking, feeling throughout the day, throughout the week. And you may start to notice little things that you haven't noticed before. So this is really crucial. And we don't always get to do it every single day because we have very busy lives. We have work, businesses, jobs, commutes, and that sort of thing. But several times a week, most times we have uninterrupted coffee time,
And we
at
really
least
look
10
forward
minutes.
to it, right?
We definitely look
Yeah.
forward to it. And on the weekends, we really try to hone in and take more time together. On the weekends, have our coffee time, and then we go walk for an hour. So we usually have 2 hours of uninterrupted time on the weekends with each other. So with that, we'll open it up to any questions. If you have any questions or
You want to
comments.
give them information on how to get in contact with us?
Yes. So how to get in touch with us. In the meantime, like if you have a question or a topic that you would like for us to cover in the future, but not necessarily a public comment, please send an email to lifewithoutlimitscc@gmail.com. And that stands for Life Without Limits Coaching and Counseling, but it's Life Without Limits cc@gmail.com. And we'll be happy to get back with you to answer any questions you may have, to add your subject matter to our topics. We do have a list of topics and things that we're going to be rolling
That's some
out.
good stuff ahead, guys. Yeah.
Rolling out each week. But we do want this to be beneficial to you because we want it to be practical application to make your relationships productive and positive. So with that, if you have any questions,
And let me say one more thing. You know, one of the things that I realized is that throughout our 25 years of marriage, I've been able to accomplish a lot. And we've been able to accomplish a lot together. And one of the reasons I've been able to do that is because of a great relationship. Man, I got a fantastic wife. And, you know, I remember when my son was about, he was probably about 3 or 4.
About 3.
And I would go, that's my wife. And he couldn't say woof. So he said life. He said, that's my life. And so he came up with it first. But she's, you know, she's my life and she's my wife. And so, and it inspires me, you know, a successful relationship. You'll earn more money. You'll be able to achieve things that you've never dreamed you'll be able to achieve. So as far as success and just, you know, breaking barriers and doing things that you never thought you'd be able to do. So this is big time, you know, and I found out that if you want to run a successful company, if you want to run a successful position on your job, guess what, man, having a great relationship, having a successful relationship could be the difference. It can be the difference maker. And so, as a matter of fact, honey, I want to give them a little peek for next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about how do you know if your relationship is in trouble? Okay, and so we're going to be giving some signs and some indicators that, you know, maybe you might need to tighten up on some things. And so I'll turn it back over to you, babe.
Okay. So next week, the subject is how do you know if your relationship is in trouble? But remember, the tablet for this week, that pill we want you to swallow, is 10 minutes a day with your spouse, uninterrupted time. 10 minutes a day with your spouse, uninterrupted time, talking together. And again, you'll see what a difference it will make in your relationship. So I know it takes a little minute for questions or comments to show up. So we'll give this a few more seconds. And if we don't have any additional comments, we'll end the video in a few more seconds.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks for tuning in. Any questions or comments, and obviously, you know, you can send the video out and you can if there's and you can comment, you know, obviously later. So we're going to be looking for ideas for shows and for topics. So we really want to help you grow your relationship.
Yes, please share this video on your pages, and it is public. So yeah, so one question is that 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes a week? That is 10 minutes a day. That is 10 minutes a day. So statistics and studies show that couples spend less than 20 minutes a week talking with each other.
Yeah.
20 minutes over 7 days, couples spend, and these are married people living in the same household, spending less than 20 minutes per week talking with their spouse, just uninterrupted time. So that's why we want you to develop the habit and the time to spend 10 minutes a day talking. Even if you're so tired, you spend 10 minutes and you're falling asleep on each other, at least you're falling asleep together, talking together.
Yeah. And what's interesting about that and how we came about doing that is when we got married, Nashima was a coffee drinker and I wasn't. And I discovered that whenever she drank coffee, she sat down and relaxed and flipped her hair. And so I realized that that was a great time for us to kind of get together. And so I became a coffee drinker. So I don't love it like she loves it. But I enjoy it enough where we can sit and just, chit chat and talk and catch up over a cup of coffee. So.
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. And
we got time for one more, right?
We have time for one more question. Yep, we do. Okay. Well, so I don't think there's any more questions this week. So please feel free to tune in. Okay. So let me see if I can read this one. During the 10 minutes talks, should it have a focus? For example, if you are having issues, would it be a good time to talk about those? Or should you try to focus on more positive things?
That's a good one, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is a really good one. Oh my goodness.
Turn coffee time into a fight.
Well, and I guess that would really depend on, first of all, most of us know our spouses pretty well.
Yeah.
So we usually know when the best time is to talk to them about something. Yeah. But if it is an issue, and I'm taking this, I'm gonna tell this from the woman's perspective. Okay. If it is a serious issue that you really want him to hear, it needs to happen after lovemaking.
Oh boy.
Because when you're at your weakest moment, he's also at his strongest moment to make a decision that would be favorable to you. Some people may
that's
say
not manipulation, is it? Honey?
Some people may say that is manipulation, that is being used. But relationships are give and take. And when you have that uninterrupted time, that is just time for you all to spend together, talking together, loving on each other. You don't have to focus on anything, but if you get together and you really don't have anything to say, then you may want to share a compliment or something that you do like about your mate, and then that will generate more conversation. As you can see, George and I are very talkative, so we usually always have...
Jockeying for time, man.
See, as you can see right now. So we usually always have something to talk about. It could be, it could be about your day or whatever, but yeah, I think be spontaneous with it sometimes, and it really will bring you all together.
Yeah.
So I hope that answered your question okay, and if not, please feel free to send an email to lifewithoutlimitscc@gmail.com.
All right, guys. Have a great night. And God bless you. And we appreciate you tuning in.
All right. Bye-bye.
See you next Wednesday, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
George Tab, the one with the black shirt.
Yeah, I've got two.
We got to clean that up.
Facebook pages, and anyway, we're going to get it cleared up. So thanks for tuning in.
And share the video, please. Thanks.